Right, let's have a look at this question on abscisic acid. The graph below shows concentration of abscisic acid in a cherry tree during different seasons of the year. Now remember, abscisic, just think of a scissor. Scissors is also the way you spell scissors there, scissors. And scissors cut, so that's when the leaves are falling down. It's almost like they've been cut from the tree, abscisic acid. Right, this tree species loses all its leaf in autumn and goes into a state of dormancy. What is dormancy? Dormancy is basically resting period, right? Not a lot is going on there in the winter months. Now you have this graph here. It says abscisic acid concentration of this cherry tree during different seasons of the year. So there you have your abscisic concentration. You can see here it's very low, and there, well, it's 0, and there it's 9, right? So it's increasing. Here's a lot, here's nothing. Then you have your autumn, your seasons, winter and spring. They don't have summer, because think about summer we have the growth of lateral buds and leaves and all those things, right? So let's look at the difficult questions to explain the trend of the graph from March to May. So trend is, what do you see in the graph? What's the trend? So here's autumn. They want it from March to May, right? So now, have a look. It starts here, and then it starts to increase. Can you see? It's quite a big increase there. So the abscisic acid concentration is increasing. That's where you start. That's where that's the trend that you see. It's 3 marks, and you have to explain this trend now. So obviously, you will have more abscisic acid being secreted to promote abscission of leaves, right? And to prepare the tree for dormancy. So in winter, we need the tree to go into a state of dormancy. It says there, right? So you need a higher concentration of abscisic acid to stimulate the abscission of the leaves and to prepare the tree for dormancy. That's your 3 marks. So you're explaining why is it going up, right? Suggest one reason for dormancy in cherry trees during the winter months. So why is it now in the winter months do you think that these trees go into a resting state? Well, think of winter. It's cold, the sunlight is less. So if the sunlight is less, then photosynthesis will be less. And that is totally tied to metabolism, right? So that will go in. If there's not a lot of photosynthesis, then the metabolism will be low. So that's why the tree goes into a state of dormancy. So let's look what the memo says. The memo says less sunlight or water or cold conditions. So you have less or decreased photosynthesis, or you can talk about reduced transpiration or lower energy demand or growth rate. Right. So once again, the reason you must say it's a cause, which is the less sunlight. And what does that now cause? Decreased photosynthesis. Less water, reduced transpiration, right? Cold conditions, lower energy demand, low growth rate. So you have to tie the cause and the effect together. All right.